people are hearing our voices. This is
Indeed.
intense. What are we doing this week, Marianne?
We're talking about underrated horror movies and characters.
But it's not our choices.
We scoured social media, and by social media, I mean Twitter, because I forgot to post this on Instagram and Blue Sky.
Oh, well. Twitter's the main one, so it's not too bad.
Well, yes,
I forget sometimes too, so
even though I remind you.
all
Yes,
right.
you do. We asked our listeners this week to shout out some movies and some characters in horror that they felt were underrated, and they delivered. So we've got a few. I mean, look, underrated, it's subjective, right?
Yeah, like a few of these I would say are more underseen than underrated.
And we got a few suggestions, we got a few titles that maybe we don't particularly agree with the underrated designation, and
No.
unfortunately, we don't have time to cover everything that you guys left in our comments. Some of you left, like, lists. I'm looking at you, Alex.
Looking at his
And
list right now, yeah. It's like 14 films here.
yeah, Alex, come on now.
He's just greedy.
He is, my god. No, we love Alex,
Welcome to
and
the Alex episode.
this is the Alex episode. No. No, in all seriousness, yes, Alex, your list was a little bit long, but we did pick out 2 titles from your list of suggestions. The first one is Gone Jim Haunted Asylum, which I've seen before. I love that movie, but we did a rewatch last night
First watch
because,
for me.
yes, Evil has not yet seen. I don't even know why you slept on this for so long.
I don't know.
I remember the first time I watched it a few months back, and you were like, "Oh, I've gotta watch this. It's been on my list forever." Finally.
That's how watch lists are, though, isn't it? You have like hundreds of movies on your watch list, and then you just rewatch the same old crap.
Yes, I'm the queen of doing that, but when you have something on your watch list, at least for me, when I have something on my watch list and I see so much praise for it, it usually kind of bumps it up to the front of the line, which is what happened for me with Gone Jim Haunted Asylum. I saw so many people talking about it on Twitter, and I just had to, and it's such a great movie. I mean, I've loved it
Yeah,
for
I
a
agree.
while, but, like, what are your thoughts having watched it?
Yeah, I agree. I'd say it's one of the best found footage movies I've watched. Like it's up there with Wreck and stuff like that.
It's a great found footage movie. A group of young kids are exploring an abandoned asylum in
With GoPro
Korea
cameras.
with GoPro cameras. But the unique twist to this movie, for me anyways, is the fact that the man who's running, so they're exploring this abandoned asylum for a YouTube show. And a lot of it, at least in the beginning, is being faked. The man who runs this YouTube channel has set up some jump scares in the asylum for the crew that's gonna be exploring it, because all he cares about are views.
He's targeting 1 million views, and he's willing to fake stuff in order to get there.
He wants 1,000,000 views, he wants clout, and he's gonna do anything he can to get it. And I find it adds, like, an interesting layer to the movie because for the viewer anyways, it gets to a point where you're not sure anymore what's fake and what's not.
Yeah, like when they had that scene where their hand was being pulled through the gap in the door or the window, whatever it was. Like there's
Yes.
an uncertainty, like are they still pranking them or is this actually happening?
Well,
But
that's it.
you find out quite quickly that things have taken a turn for the real, and it's really well done.
It is really well done, and our douchebag YouTuber bites it in the end, which
Yeah, fuck him.
we love to see.
R.I.P. Charlotte though.
RIP Charlotte, we love Charlotte, she's amazing.
She has the best scene, at least in my opinion, with that guy's just standing there. She's creeping towards the door and she keeps turning away, which I wouldn't do. I would never take my eyes off that guy. God damn. Very intense movie.
I think we've established that I'm a get into the fetal position and die type of person when it comes to being in a horror movie.
I mean, like I said when we were watching it, I'd have stayed back in the tent, but that wouldn't have helped in this case anyway,
Well, it would have helped.
as we find out.
The YouTuber douche only got killed at the end because he left the tent.
Yeah, but there was activity in the tent while he was there.
There was. He could have ran back to his car and driven off. He had options.
Okay.
I mean, I think he had options. I don't know. But 100%, I have to co-sign Alex's assertion that this is an underrated movie. More people need to see this movie.
for
It's as you
sure.
said, it's one of the greatest found footage that I've ever seen. You can't go wrong with Korean horror, and this is so tense, and it's tense almost from start to finish, except for some, like, cutesy little scene in a restaurant in the beginning.
Where they're all chugging beer,
They're all
and
chugging
playing with ping
beer,
pong balls.
they're playing with ping pong balls, and things then take a turn when they arrive at the asylum. But again, like, when you realize it's all being faked, you breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief until you get to the point where you can't tell anymore what's fake and what isn't. But it gets real very fast.
What's Alex's
And
second rec that we're picking out? 'Cause we're not doing
Alex
all of
is
them.
no, we can't do all of them. We love you, Alex. The second one is The Loved Ones, an Australian horror movie that I wanna see get more love because it's really just do we wanna call it gore porn?
I mean, it was heavy on the torture from
Torture
what I
porn,
remember of
maybe.
it.
No, no, there's quite a bit of torture,
She
and
was one crazy bitch.
remind me what her name was?
Search me. I don't remember her name. Like, I only watched this movie once. I'm one of the people that actually doesn't like this movie very much, but I haven't
Really?
rewatched it since I first watched it. Yeah, I mean, it just didn't land for me. Maybe it was the acting or the
Maybe.
tone of the movie because it's kind of has a weird comedic tone.
So,
But I guess you love it. The sounds of it.
the movie stars Robin McLeavy as Lola,
Hey,
an
what a name.
an outcast, and she wants to go to prom with Brent, but Brent has a girlfriend. He already has plans for prom.
Rude. But she's not standing for that.
No, she's not. So she takes him hostage in her home on prom night and has a prom in her house with the help of her dad, by the way. She's got an accomplice. So she keeps him tied to a chair and she tortures him all evening while a mirror ball spins in the adjacent room and there's like streamers everywhere. It's the most festive torture porn I've ever seen.
Festive torture porn. Hell yeah. You're really selling it, actually. Maybe I should rewatch.
A new subgenre. It's a really good movie. The only thing I have an issue with is that Brent looks like he hasn't showered in about 6 months, so I don't really understand the appeal, but
Okay.
to each his own. These are probably 2 of Alex's best picks, like, off that long list. You had some really good picks on there, Alex, but these 2 are the ones that definitely stood out for me. They both deserve so much love, and I will take a moment to acknowledge that you did put Rob Zombie's Halloween on your list. I
It
don't
cooked.
You hush.
I watched
I
that
don't
today, actually.
I don't personally think it's underrated. I think you fall like there's no middle ground. Either you love it or you hate it. And I mean, I think my position is pretty clear. I hate it.
Yeah.
And I didn't hate it before. I was kind of like, I didn't love it. There were things that I didn't love about it, but I was kind of like, all right, why not? And then we did a rewatch last year and we rewatched I don't know if it's the theatrical version or the unedited version.
I think we watched the director's cut or some
Yeah.
kind of uncut version we watched.
Yeah, that definitely kind of sealed the deal for me. I hate it. I hate unnecessary SA scenes in movies. And I think so there is one of these scenes in the director's cut, and I think I do kind of understand what Rob Zombie was going for. He was trying to make the audience root for Michael cuz like look, we always
Yeah.
root for the villains in these movies, right? We want to see Jason and Michael and Freddy kill people. I think having him kill 2 people who had committed sexual assault was his way of encouraging the audience to root for Michael. I just found the scene so brutal and completely unnecessary, and it really affected my opinion on the movie, and Rob Zombie a little bit. It should have some kind of contribution to the overall story of the movie if you're gonna include that subject matter, and this contributed absolutely nothing, in
I
my
guess
opinion.
I guess in a way it would have served as a way of explaining how Michael escaped as an alternate to the theatrical version where he just kills a bunch of guards. But as it turns out, even in the extended cut that we watched, he still sticks around at Smith's Grove for hours until Danny Trejo's character turns up.
He still kills my precious Danny.
It doesn't change any of the outcomes and it doesn't really facilitate Michael's escape from the asylum. So they could have easily just gone with the original version, but they didn't. Me putting that on for us to watch has turned you against the movie even more.
Eh,
What an own goal.
yeah, and I don't wanna spend too much time on this because we're talking about underrated horror, and this is my overhated horror, as Alex was so kind to point out. I do overhate it. And just when I
It's
think I'm
it's an
not
acquired
hating it
taste.
enough, I hate it more. And that's it. I agree with you. Like, if you take that scene out, it doesn't feel like anything is missing from the movie. It changes absolutely nothing. And for those of you who've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about, like, the sheer brutality of it. It feels like he wanted to up the ante. It was just like, what can we add to this movie that's just, like, super fucked up?
Yeah,
Which normally we
maybe.
don't mind when Rob Zombie does stuff like that, but I think you just have to be a little bit more thoughtful when you're using SA in a movie. So, check out Gone Gem, Haunted Asylum, and The Loved Ones, both suggested by our dear friend Alex at HorrorFam1 on Twitter. Up next, I feel like this is a bit of a troll.
Okay, that sounds promising.
This comes from Dave. I'm going to try and say his at without flubbing it. At ED4APCDB.
He's a fellow podcaster.
He's a fellow podcaster. He's one of the hosts of Excellent Day for a Podcast. And I love you, Dave, but fuck you for this suggestion also. But also thank you, because you're actually giving me the opportunity to slander it. He believes that Skinamarink is underrated.
Ooh.
I'll let you go first, because I need to yeah, what are your thoughts on Skinamarink being underrated?
Well, no, I don't think so. I mean, I hate the movie. I thought it was boring as shit. Like those door frames and the ceilings didn't unnerve me at all. And I mean, I get the concept that the director was going for it to be like a movie that's essentially a child's
Analog
nightmare
horror.
in an analog horror format. But first of all, I don't really like analog horror that much to begin with, and this it was just tedious to me.
I
And
don't even know what analog horror is.
I guess there's an argument to say it's underrated because so many people, at least in our communities on Twitter, hate it. But there's also a lot of people that like really gas this movie up.
Okay, so
So it's
we're talking underrated, and you say there's a lot of people that hate it. I could be wrong. I kind of feel like an underrated movie is something that people are sleeping on. It's a movie
well, you
usually
can
like
definitely sleep on this movie. I'll tell you that
no,
much. Sleep during it.
no, but I'm not talking literally. You know what I mean? I feel like underrated horror is it's like niche horror or
Yeah,
horror that's not mainstream, something that a lot of people might not have heard about.
it's definitely niche.
I don't think that people hating it makes it underrated. I think that just means that a lot of people watched it and a lot of people decided, fuck this. I mean, clearly, we've had this conversation online before, so it'll come as no surprise to anybody that I also hate this movie. And maybe I can't use the word hate because I've actually never made it through to the end. It just puts
Okay.
me to, it's a fucking Ambien pill.
Yeah, I did make it to the end, but I was drifting at a couple of moments there.
If you like this movie, you know, I'm happy for you. I wish I could exist in a world where I found something redeeming about it. I struggle. And sometimes I fall asleep watching a movie because I'm tired. If I put on a movie and I am not able to finish it because I don't know, I I haven't gotten enough sleep, whatever the case may be, long day at work, then I'll give it another chance.
Sure.
But there are movies that I sit down to watch and I'm wide awake, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to invest like an hour and a half to 2 hours of my life, and Skinamarink was one of those movies. I was wide awake until 17 minutes in.
That's how long you lasted. That's the breaking
So,
point.
well, that's it. So, I don't know that I'd call it underrated. It's controversial. The people that love it very hard. The people that hate it really fucking hate it because I really fucking hate it. And I know you do too. And I kind of feel like Dave was trolling us with this response a little bit.
Well, he does like the movie.
He does
I've
like
heard
the
him talk
movie.
about it on the podcast before, so
No, I
he
know
does
he
like it.
likes the movie.
We do not, however.
We do not. I don't think it makes for an underrated title personally, but given that Dave opened the door for us to slander Skinamarink on this podcast for the first time, I wasn't going to pass up the opportunity. So, fuck Skinamarink, fuck door frames, fuck ceilings, and fuck that stupid little phone. How is Fisher Price not sued?
Don't know. It's an indie movie. It'd be quite villainous to sue an indie movie.
Canadian movie. Ugh, sorry.
So this is your fault, is what you're telling me.
My fault. Kiss my ass. I
Damn
really, you know
Canada.
what? I really try to keep it positive on this podcast. I try to at least articulate why I don't like something. without being too, like, harsh, I really can't give, like, a constructive criticism to this movie. I just wonder what was happening in that room when this concept was born, and I'm thinking about all of the people along the way because I mean, we all know how hard it is to get a movie made. You hear it from directors, from writers, from people who have a direct hand involved in the making of movies. It's not something that's easy to get greenlit, and if it is greenlit, it's not easy to get funding. There's a million ways that any production can go wrong at any point. And I often think about all of the people involved in Skinamarink who said yes at all the various stages of production. And I wonder if you guys are okay. I truly do.
I mean, it was a success.
Was it? Are we is it
Maybe not creatively, but I think financially it was a success. So a cheap movie to make.
well, yes, it's a very cheap movie to make.
Can we have something happen in this movie at some point?
Exactly. We love you, Dave, and we love Excellent Day for a podcast. But I'm sorry, this movie is not it for either of us.
True that.
But we'll shout it out as underrated horror while we slander it.
Why the hell not?
And if you haven't seen it,
Don't.
no.
We're not doing that. We're gonna let people make up their own minds, right?
We don't do that. If you
Okay.
haven't seen it, check it out.
Apparently, the director did a short film that's basically a similar concept that's apparently more palatable. So I might watch that, but I don't see myself watching Skinamarink again.
I will never watch Skinamarink again. Well, correction, I will never watch it for the first time because I never got to the end, and I don't really have this feeling in my life like I'm missing out on something having not gotten to the end.
Maybe if you get insomnia, you can just pop it on. So every time you have an attack of insomnia, you can turn on Skinamarink and gradually work your way through it.
I listen, first of all, I do have insomnia, and that movie doesn't help. It doesn't, ironically. It makes me angry. I wanna be, like, lulled to sleep, and Skinamarink just doesn't kind of fit the bill. It's I'm trying to like, yeah, I wouldn't call it underrated. Like you said, financially, it's a success. I would call
Critically, it
it
was.
well, don't get me started. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
Exactly.
I wouldn't call it underrated. I would call it very divisive. If we're gonna label that movie, that's how
Okay.
I'd label it. It's divisive. You either ride really hard for it or you just shit on it. But many thanks to Dave for opening the door for me to finally be able to share my hatred of Skinamarink. But Dave loves it. And Dave would love it if you would love it too. So watch it for Dave.
Yes.
Next up is one that I'm really excited to talk about.
Okay.
This one was shouted out by my sister wife, Christy, at CinnerQueen7 on Twitter. We share Jason to a certain degree. We share Jason. We both love Jason. We both want to do dirty things to Jason. We both want Jason to do dirty things to us.
Okay.
We have a lot in common, and I love her to death. She's one of the sweetest people, truly,
She
and
is.
she has amazing taste in movies. And her choice was Prey, which I don't know if I'd call it underrated, but I'm never going to miss an opportunity to shout it out.
Yeah, I think it's pretty highly praised across the board, Prey. So again, I wouldn't agree that it's underrated. Maybe people generally prefer the original Predator, but that's the original Predator, isn't it? But I really like this movie. For a prequel, it was surprisingly good, especially for a modern prequel.
So you say you see a lot of praise for it. I see a lot of praise for it within the horror community, and I do wonder how much of a bubble we live in being a part of that community. So maybe it is underrated in the sense that it's not really talked about outside of people who aside from the people who love horror and discuss these movies at length all the time. I do know that it received some praise critically, quite a bit of praise critically. I'm not quite sure how it was received. I do know that Hulu fumbled when they released this shit on streaming. It deserved a theatrical release, and we see so much of that on streaming services now, especially since COVID. Well, more or less since COVID. Movies that I think deserved a theatrical run, I think would have been financially successful with a theatrical run, but for whatever reason, these stupid ass streaming services just decide to kind of, I won't say undervalue their projects. That's really what it is. You're undervaluing your project. But Prey could not be any more different than Predator if it tried. Like, it is the polar opposite of Predator. Predator is like this macho, toxic male fucking shoot 'em up.
It's kind of a classic 80s action horror movie,
It
which
is.
was praised very modernized. I mean, it's not a modern setting, of course, but in terms of the way it's laid out and the characters, it's certainly more of a modern take on the Predator story,
It is, and you get a female protagonist
who we love.
who we love. I love Naru so much, and her little puppy, Sari. I think it's Sari. And again, like polar opposites. She's doing what, well, I don't say what the men in the first movie couldn't accomplish. First of all, she's by herself. As much as Arnold Schwarzenegger ends up by himself in the third act of the first one, she's by herself pretty much throughout the entire movie. She has no guns. She's First Nations, and she relies on her knowledge of First Nations weaponry with bows and arrows. She's got an axe, sorry, a hatchet that she ties to a rope, and she just flings it at people.
Yeah, no AK-47.
No AK-47s, but still manages to capture me. I was gonna say the audience. In this case, me. I'm
Mm.
like, "You don't need the guns, you don't need the muscles, you don't need the we don't got time to bleed." As much as I love the first movie
You
for
don't
all
need
of
the
that.
muscly handshake.
But I love all of that. I
Yeah.
love that about the first movie. I love the cheesiness, I love the '80s vibe, and then this is something completely fucking different, and it works just as well, by the way. I will say that I enjoy this movie as much as I enjoy the original. They're both
Yeah, I
rated
think
5
so
stars
too.
for me,
I think
but
so
two
too.
two different vibes. Are you in the mood for something cheesy and action-packed, or are you in the mood for something Prey is the first thing that comes to my mind is the visuals, the cinematography. Absolutely stunning. And I'm biased because obviously this movie was shot in Canada, and we have, I mean, you don't even need to be a good cinematographer to pull some good cinematography out of Canada.
Yeah, it's an alright looking place, isn't it?
Fuck you. But the cinematography in this movie is just stunning, and yeah, the idea that this girl that at the beginning of the movie, by the way, they kind of play up to be young and incapable, and she's not ready to take this journey that everybody in her tribe takes. And she kind of grows into, well, she grows into a very powerful final girl in the space of 90 minutes.
Yeah, and Christy does specify that she thinks Naru is an underrated final girl. I would agree with that.
She is.
She's loved by the people that love the movie, but maybe not necessarily talked about as much as the regular slasher final girls are.
Well, it's
But
not
she
a
deserves to
slasher,
be. Well,
but
wasn't saying it was a slasher.
no, I get, yeah, no, my mouth, I don't know what I was trying to say with that. I get what you're saying. She is underrated. She's resourceful, she's capable. It's really easy to be a really kick-ass final girl when you have a bag of tricks, and I say that figuratively, like, when you have weapons, when you have, when you have all this stuff at your disposal to help you be and look badass in terms of how the audience is gonna receive you. She's out in the middle of the woods with the bare necessities, like bare bones resources, and she has to figure out a way. And I love movies like that. I love movies that put final girls or the protagonist, somebody in a position where they have to pull this off, and they're not equipped with what they need to pull this off as easily as they could. And it really just makes it, there were a few moments in this movie that I thought Naru was not going to live. Such a great movie, and Naru is underrated. When Prey came out, two of the actors from the original movie shouted her out personally. One being Jesse Ventura. He loved Prey. And Bill Duke, the gentleman famous in the first movie for chafing his face, even though there was no hair on it, just constantly like razoring away at his face. Both of them praised her. I wish we would have heard more from Arnold Schwarzenegger on the subject. Personally, he said he liked the movie. He didn't say much about Naru,
Okay.
but 100% underrated. I'm going to agree. Underrated movie, underrated final girl. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. And if you have watched it, go watch it again.
Why the hell not?
And then again. Maybe watch
Okay.
the original and then watch Prey. Or maybe watch Prey and then watch the original. Watch them in chronological order.
It's good thinking there.
I thought so. I don't know. My thoughts are very sporadic. My thoughts are very scattered today.
A lot's happened.
A lot's happened. We watched a bad movie. More on that in a bit.
Yeah.
So, for more great takes from Christy, follow her on Twitter at CinnerQueen7. Next up, we asked people to list underrated movies and characters.
Okay.
And I thank you to everybody who did respond. I wish we would have gotten more character suggestions. I think a lot of you came at us with movies, which is fine. Like, again, thank you so much for responding and basically giving us the content we needed to make this episode. But I was really hoping to get more like underrated character suggestions. But we got two from Jebediah Morningside at Malakovian Giant. I hope I'm saying that right.
I think so. It sounds correct to me.
He shouted out the villain from a movie that is so widely despised. I despise it, but I agree with his take. Eden Edwards from Children of the Corn 2023, basically 2023's answer to Isaac or Malachi. Both of them, maybe. She was so fucking good in that movie. I don't know the actress's name. I want to say, I think it's the same actress who played.
Katie Moyer, isn't it?
What's that?
Katie Moyer? I think the actress's name?
Is it? Oh, then I guess I'm wrong. Children of the Corn 2020.
Or Kate Moyer.
It was made in 2020.
Yeah, it sat on the shelf for like 3 years or something,
Kate Moyer. I was wrong.
and
Okay.
understandably so.
So
Co
I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I thought that it was the same girl who played Drew Barrymore's role in Firestarter.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, Kate Moyer. I don't know much about her career. I mean, she's looks like she's 6 or 7, maybe 8. So the career is probably this might have been the beginning and sadly the end of her career because it was so hated. But she did such an amazing job. I don't like I want to recommend this movie for her. I don't
Y
want to recommend this movie because the movie is ass.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie, and you can see why it was delayed for so long, but, hey, sometimes terrible movies have good acting performances in them, and I guess this is one of those cases.
She does such a great job. She's so fucking pure evil. She like no fucks given. And we talked about this movie when we discussed Stephen King adaptations. I brought it up momentarily. Eden Edwards is a standout from the movie. And one of the scenes that I love the most, which I brought up, is she kills like most, if not all, of the parents in this town. And she does it all in one shot. She just pushes them into a big hole that she dug and she fills it with dirt. And she's quite pleased with herself. And I just love that for her. Made an entire town of orphans, and she's smiling diabolically. Have you
So,
seen the movie?
I've seen the movie, yeah, I've been slandering it.
Well,
Yeah, I think I've seen all the Children of the Corn movies, unfortunately. There's, like, one that's worth watching, and then there's the rest of them, and I've sat through them all because why the hell not? But
one that
yeah,
was worth watching, by the way, in case any of you are wondering, is the 1984 original.
of course, yeah. I mean, that's an underrated movie, in my opinion. People really
It
slag that
is.
one off, but
It's
but
one of
I
my
enjoy
favorite
it.
movies.
Yeah, I mean, the special effects haven't aged well at all. I mean, they probably
There's
looked like shit
only
even back then, but
only one special effect, really,
yeah, and it's memorably bad, but, like,
but it's
the
funny
the
now
movie
to
overall
watch
I
it.
enjoy.
I laugh at that effect now. I haven't watched it in a while, I think, actually.
Was it the drive-in the last time we watched it?
Yeah. The last time I watched Children of the Corn was maybe a year ago for the last Drive-Ins Night Marathon. We stayed up all fucking night watching
Yeah,
6 movies. I don't know how I did it because now I can't even make it through 2 movies.
true that. She does fall asleep, and then she tries to deny it
Whatever.
when we point it out. "We're
I'm
talking to
old.
you."
I'm old. Am I actually making noises like that? Do I answer like that? Like,
Yeah, like, sometimes you like, do a little grumble or, "I'm awake," and then you'll go quiet again for, like, 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, no, I totally like last drive-in was on Friday, and I totally passed out during the second movie. I was struggling during the first. I am tired on Fridays.
Yeah,
Petition for Shudder and AMC, please. Can we go back to the one movie a week format? I'm on the East Coast. You guys are killing me, literally.
that would be great for me as well.
Yeah. You're on a whole other coast.
Yeah, we're surrounded by coast over here.
So, while I don't wanna recommend watching Children of the Corn, I recommend watching it for Eden. She really does steal the show in an otherwise really yeah, it's a bad movie. But we can hate a movie and love a character in it, like you said.
Sure.
Jebediah has a second character that he feels does not get enough love, and I could not agree more. And that's Kincaid from A Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors.
Yeah,
And 4.
lots of great characters in that movie, and I guess like he's sort of overshadowed by a couple maybe in the way people look back at this movie, but he is a good character in his own right. And like you say, he comes back for 4, which doesn't end well. Yeah, they just take care of the previous cast in the first, what is it, 15, 20 minutes?
Pretty much. I hate it when movies bring back characters who have lived previously just to kill them off. Like, let these people live their lives. They've had an ordeal. They deserve to kind of not die,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
guess.
and even if it's just one, it's better than bringing back a whole group of them just to take them out in one fell swoop.
I
They gave us a black final boy in 1980s and then said, "Nope, rude."
It's it's funny that you say that because we got Reggie the Reckless in Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning.
And he never came back.
He was a final boy. Not only was he a final boy, he was a kid, which you didn't
Yeah,
see many children his age getting that kind of screen time at the time.
in his bright red outfit.
In his bright red outfit and that scream, he is
Yeah,
a scream queen.
exactly. Like the most high pitched scream you'll ever hear,
And
unless you're watching the 2009 Friday movie.
stop it. He's a final boy. He survives. And Shavar Ross has gone on record saying they invited him back for Jason Lives, and he told them, "Nope, fuck no. You are not bringing me back to kill me." And he says it in the documentary. He's like one of the few black characters to survive. He specifically says that of all of the people, "No, you are not bringing me back to kill me."
Which was the same for Kincaid for at least a year, I think. But he did say yes to coming back.
I mean, if you're a working actor and you're not, working as much as you'd like, can you really turn down a paycheck?
Exactly. Yeah. We love his character. His character wasn't even bad in part 4. Part 3 is really where it's at.
Well, here's what. I think we have like a few movies that exist in the horror genre that are made up of so many great secondary characters. It's not often that it happens, but sometimes you just get, I mean, and that's not to take away from the final girl or the protagonist. Sometimes you just get background cast that really shines just as much as the lead or in some cases more. And Dream Warriors is one of those movies
Yeah, I think out of
for
the
me.
whole franchise, it's maybe got the strongest supporting cast, at least in terms of the characters. I mean, you've got John Saxon there as well. He comes back. Nancy, of course.
And I feel the exact same way. The irony that I brought up New Beginning, I feel the same way about New Beginning. So many great, memorable secondary characters:
Yeah,
Ethel, Junior, Reggie the Reckless, Tina, Demon.
big dildo.
Um, now that's how I feel about Ready or Not. Also, I mean, look, Samara Weaving is the standout, 100%. But her entire fucking not her family. Well, I guess it's her family now,
Yeah,
but her in-laws, fucking Adam Brody, his cokehead wife. I mean, the aunt. I love movies like that where you're just provided a wealth of characters. Dream Warriors is one of those movies, and I've always liked Kincaid. I was sad when he died in part 4. It's actually one of my biggest issues with part 4. Well, the whole snuff film mentality taken to all the part 3 characters in the beginning. I don't like it.
yeah, I'm not a fan. But two good suggestions from Jebediah, though.
Justice for Kincaid,
Justice for Kristen.
justice for Kristen.
We've also got recast and downgraded, but still.
Yeah, I don't give justice for Kristen because she's not dead.
The real
It's
Kristen lives.
yeah, she's alive. That's I don't know who that is. I don't know her.
She doesn't even go here.
But yes, 2 great suggestions from Jebediah. And our only 2 character suggestions aside from Naru. So we're back to movies now, and we're gonna take a moment to highlight one of my favorite accounts on Twitter, and that's
Me?
well, yeah,
Okay.
you are, but you don't need highlighting. You're good. You're doing great,
Okay.
sweetie.
Okay, thank you.
No, I'm talking about Daniel Hood. He is one of the sweetest people on the app, and he has easily the most eclectic taste.
Absolutely. You ask him for a suggestion, and it's always something out of left field that usually looks really cool and sometimes just looks insane. And I love that for him,
His favorite thing in the world is exploitation movies.
which is a rarity today on Twitter, at least.
It is, and, I will say, no shade, but there's a lot of people that in the social media space that like to complain about not about seeing the same things over and over. And obviously, yes, there are a lot of people that are sharing scenes, the most iconic scenes from the most recent movies, so it does get to feel like a lot of the same
Yeah.
sometimes. Well, if you're one of these people who is sick of a lot of the same, then don't sleep on Daniel at Daniel Hood 4 on Twitter.
Yeah, give him a follow.
Give
He's
him a
always offering
follow.
something different, pretty much
I
every
mean,
post.
give everybody we're mentioning here today a follow.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I have a soft spot for Daniel because I do know that he posts really niche movies. He gives really good I mean, look, I can't say I've watched every single movie he's ever recommended to me. He's made a lot of recommendations. I have a lot of his posts bookmarked, but the ones that I have watched, they're so fun. It's never anything, too serious. And for this particular episode, he recommended the Tombs of the Blind Dead series. So there's 4 movies. I have to admit, I've never seen them, but you watched one
Yeah,
yesterday.
I watched the first one yesterday because, like you, I hadn't seen any of them, and I didn't want to like shout out 4 recommendations for one person and not having seen any of them. But
No,
I,
look,
I did watch it, and it's a good it's a good European style horror movie that's sort of like wedged between that era where the monsters were men in costumes and the 80s where the special effects really like upped everything in terms of horror. Like this is set in the 70s, so it's like right in the middle ground. And it's
well,
a nice blend of those eras for me. And it's very enjoyable.
now I feel like an asshole because I am shouting out somebody who suggested 4 movies, and I haven't seen any of them.
Hey, you've
And
been busy. It's fine.
it's
She's been dog sitting, guys.
it's not because please, he's solo maintenance. It's not because look, we watched 2 movies ahead of this recording. We've recorded 3 episodes this week. I've edited
Yeah, we're
2
flying.
episodes. It's been a long week. So we had to pick certain movies to watch. We landed on 2, and I will note that you have been on vacation from work this week, so you had
Yeah,
a lot
it's
more
been easy
time
for me.
to yeah. So I am here not because I've seen any of these 4 movies. I am here as one of Daniel's biggest supporters, just saying don't sleep on any of his recommendations. And
Yeah.
then
And I do recommend this movie.
Evil is here offering like hard facts about his recommendation, or at least about this one, because I don't really have much to say. Other than I guarantee if Daniel has recommended it, it's going to be a fun watch, all 4 of them.
Yeah. And if you're into those sort of 70s exploitation style movies, it looks like this franchise is right in that sort of bracket. At least the first movie was.
Oh, I love that.
And
I'm going to watch it.
classic European horror cinema, so added bonus is that all the women are really beautiful.
All right.
So I think my review was in so many classic European horror films, it's just the most beautiful women you've ever seen dying to peak practical effects, and that basically sums up this movie.
I love that. That sounds fun.
They're all on YouTube. That's where I watched this,
Well,
dubbed.
I guarantee I can kind of co-sign without watching that these movies probably are underrated. The word underrated, I mean, Daniel kind of encompasses it. Both his
Yeah,
account and his taste in movies and the
absolutely.
movies he's recommending. He is underrated. The movies he watches are underrated. And so stop sleeping on Daniel and stop sleeping on the movies that he's suggesting cuz they're fun and it's always something different. It's never gonna be the stuff that you're seeing everybody else posting about.
Yeah, and some of the gifs he posts from these movies are just you have to see them to believe them. Like that one
I
with the little guy that just gets thrown at his enemies.
I knew you were gonna bring that up. As a little person,
One of Daniel's favorite actors, and rightly so.
a little person gets thrown at a group of people as though he's a weapon. I feel like it's wrong to laugh,
It
but
is a different
it
time.
it's a different time, and I'm sorry, it's really funny.
Hey, and he was
Uh,
working.
he was working, he got paid. I hope he got paid a lot of money that day he got thrown at a group of sweaty men.
It was certainly worth it for the viewers.
Yes.
Follow Daniel Hood for. That's what we're
We let
saying.
we love you, Daniel.
Yeah. Top 10 account for sure.
Cosign. So next, we are on to a recommendation from Melanie at Mel72609. She says that Session 9 is an underrated movie.
Which I agree with. It's been a long time since I watched it. Probably when I was a teenager, but it's another abandoned mental hospital horror movie where it's essentially an asbestos cleaning crew goes to do a job at this abandoned mental hospital, which of course, is haunted, and it basically wreaks havoc on all of their minds, and they start turning against each other. It's very psychological horror. It's not really action packed, but it definitely doesn't get spoken about very much at all these days, and well worth watching. Have you watched it?
I have not.
British too.
I'm a fake horror fan. Look, I
It's kind of an obscure one. You're not a fake horror fan.
my scope is, like, very limited. I admit it, and I've only really kind of started stepping out of my comfort zone as far
Has
as movies, like, that I'm willing to watch in the last few years.
What if I told you that this movie has David Caruso in it? Would that help?
Horatio Caine is in
Yeah,
Session 9.
absolutely.
I
And he's not
love
really the star. Peter Mullen's the star, but
Does
Caruso's there
he
too.
please tell me he does that thing where he, like, takes off his sunglasses, then puts them back on,
I
then
don't
looks
remember
away
him.
from you.
I don't remember him wearing
Then he
sunglasses
gets
in
down,
this.
does a squat, then he stands up, takes the glasses off again. He never
Unfortunately,
looks at
not.
you.
It
He
was a different
never
vibe.
looks at you when he talks to you. I can't. I
Okay.
I feel like David Caruso is not real. I
I
love
think this is
him.
one of his more serious performances, but
I
yeah.
but I can never take him seriously. He's no, like,
Maybe
oh
this
my
will be the
god.
movie that
I'm
does that for
sorry,
you.
he's such a bad actor. I am highly entertained by him. Like, CSI Miami
He's
to me
restrained in this.
is comedy.
A lot of those cousins crime shows, when you go back and watch them now, they're cheesier than you remember them being.
Yes, I agree. I was
Still
always
enjoyable.
I was always big on the original CSI. I had a thing for William Peterson, and I
Oh,
watched them recently. I went back, I think, on Paramount or some shit. I think over the summer I binged.
yeah.
And yes, you're right. They are a little cheesier than I remember, but the Vegas one always at least strived to be serious. Like, you had some jokey lines in the episode, but I don't understand because I remember how successful the Vegas edition was. It's the reason they got 2 spin-offs.
Mm.
Why would you take something that was so widely successful and then make this Miami version and essentially turn it into, like, a joke? Which, again, that's not me. I'm not being, like, mean. It's a joke that I love and that I cherish. It's like I rewatch that shit. It's so funny.
Yes,
David Caruso is entertaining, but he's terrible, and now that I know that he's in here, that just moved up on my watch list.
yeah. I mean, it's a different. Maybe he is terrible in this movie, and I'm just misremembering it. But it's certainly a different vibe to his usual work. And I agree. I've seen some of his other movies, and oof, he's not the best.
No, like, just say it. You don't have to be, like, all diplomatic. He's a bad actor,
You know who else
but
is in it though?
he's entertaining. He's in one of the Rambos. I forget which one.
What if I told you that Larry Fessenden is also in this movie? Would that help?
Who?
Larry Fessenden. You know Larry Fessenden.
No.
Really? You'd recognize him. I think you just don't know his name. Google Larry Fessenden right now. You'll
Alright.
recognize him. Trust.
I'll recognize him.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of horror movies, like Cabin Fever 2. Maxine he was in. The Roost. I don't think The Roost counts.
What? Larry Fessenden. That is what the fuck? That is a jump scare. What? I've never seen this person before, but
You've never seen Larry Fessenden? Okay. Maybe you are a
stop.
fake horror
Okay,
fan.
stop saying his name like that. It's getting weird.
Fessenden. It's Fessenden in time.
Stop it.
Looking at the cast list, actually, it's kind of got a random ass cast now that I look at
His
it.
his face. All right, let me see if I should know this guy. I'm looking
God,
right
of
now.
course now.
Oh, he was on Third Watch in 2001. Spectacular. Then he did Session 9. A whole bunch of stuff that I've never fucking heard of as tow truck guy.
Maybe this is my problem. Maybe this is because I watch so many random ass horror
E
movies that no one else
enemy
has ever heard of.
enemy guard, man behind gate. I can
He's played all the roles. Man behind gate. That's in many ways his best role.
you have to be joking. I can't breathe.
To me, I can picture him. I thought that was
I'm not
more
done.
common than it
I'm
apparently
not
is.
done. I'm not done.
Okay.
Henchman, man in park,
He ate that role.
bartender, bike messenger, motel clerk, bearded tenant,
If I'd been gassing up an extra.
bearded Tenant, come on.
He produces a lot of stuff too.
Upset man, stranger, drunk man,
Sounds like
man
me
in
now.
bar,
That's his specialty, apparently.
radio actor. They don't even show his face. Maybe, I don't know. Security guard in Maxine.
Yeah, he was
Killers
in
of the
there somewhere.
Flower
I don't
Moon.
remember him in Maxine, but apparently he was there.
Dash cam, Jacob's wife. Okay.
Okay, we're not here to
He was
roast
in
Larry.
he was in
Okay.
Good Boy.
Yes, he's cooking right now.
So, okay, recently, yes, he's been in some stuff. Nothing that I would really have remembered him to the point where you say Larry Fessenden, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, of course." But no, this is a weird hill for you to die on
Okay,
because tow truck guy, you know,
Malin Bar.
man in bar. All right,
Reminds me of myself.
that's enough Googling. Stop that.
Yeah,
Well,
that's session 9. I co-sign that one.
I'm gonna watch session 9 because of David Caruso, and I will get to know Larry Fessenden in the process. So thank you, Melody, for your recommendation. This went
Sorry, we get off
off the
track.
rails. Oh my god.
Sorry, just we just rambled on about Larry Fessenden, the great
We?
actor that he is.
You started this. All right, enough. Come on.
Okay,
Now
when the Larry mob finds this episode. Okay, what are we on to?
we're on to Paul, who has made 4 recommendations, 2 that I've seen, 2 that I have not. He is at Warts Paul, WORTS Paul on Twitter.
Not
And
warts with an A, with an O.
not yeah, with an O.
That should be
He's
called warts Paul.
recommended Jason X, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, Possum, and A Dark Song. I don't think I really need to elaborate much on how I feel about Jason X. I love
It's
it.
fun.
It's fun. Not the best in the franchise, but you're not going to catch me slandering Jason anywhere. Underrated?
Like it's. I don't think it's taken as seriously as some of the other movies in the franchise, but
Yeah, I don't think it's
I
anybody's favorite in the franchise.
I do tend to see it in the upper half of people's rankings these days. But again, I think that has a lot to do with people generally underrating the older ones. But I
Yeah,
enjoy this movie. It's not a serious Friday movie, but there's
it's not.
12 of them. They don't all have to be. And none of them are really that serious, apart from maybe the first one.
No, this one was more Scream-like, and
Yeah,
that's the thing that I don't love about it, personally.
by order of the studio, wasn't it?
Yes,
They made them change it because the original script was apparently much darker than the actual finished product that we ended up getting,
it was.
which I would have liked to have seen.
I'm on the same page. That's something that I lament to this day. I would have loved to see it. And Jim Isaacs, the director, he did push for it, but New Line being New Line, I'm not a big fan of New Line.
Well, they're the Freddy studio, not the Jason studio. What do they care
Well,
about Jason X?
that though that was made clear in the Versus installment. I'll leave it at that. Next, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, underrated. I wouldn't call it underrated, I'd call it overhated. It's
Okay,
not the greatest in the series. I know some people have it ranked best in the series. It's not the popular choice. Most people, I think, would cite the first one and Dream Warriors.
maybe New Nightmare.
Or if you're like me, New Nightmare is my favorite. But, there's a lot of love for Nightmare 2. I think it's overhated.
Yeah, I always thought it was a good movie. I didn't really get the hate that some people had for it. I mean, I know it takes the story in a very different direction to the original, but there's not really a problem with that. I think the only thing I really disliked about it was the way they brought Freddy into the real world. Didn't
Yeah.
really work for me. You're all my children now, or whatever it is he does at that party. Yeah, could do without that. But everything else I liked, and I like the lead actor as well. Just I know he gets memed a bit for his screaming and stuff, but I mean he had a lot going on. I'd scream
I
too.
I love Mark Patton.
Yeah,
And no, it's not at the top of my ranking. I don't know, and I don't my phone is over there, so whatever. I don't know
I
what
mean
my ranking is,
it's
but I do
probably
know that
go
the
ahead.
top I know that it's not in my top 3. My top 3 are New Nightmare, Dream Warriors, and the original.
Mine is the same, but in reverse order. And I think Nightmare 2 is probably fourth position. I don't care a lot about the middle sequels in the Nightmare franchise, but the
Yeah,
first three pretty good.
I wanna say 2 is probably fine, I'm gonna go look. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
I mean 4 to 6, Dream Master, Dream Child, Freddy's Revenge. They're not gonna outrank this, surely.
No.
And the remake, oof, which had the wrong final girl, by the way. Should have been Katie Cassidy. Rooney Mara didn't even want to be in that movie. She looked bored the whole time.
So I
Okay.
have Nightmare 2 fifth in my ranking,
Ooh, okay. This twist.
behind a movie that you hear me slander a lot,
Oh,
and
I,
that's
I know
Freddy
this is going.
versus Jason,
Yeah,
'cause
because you
it's
see
a
it,
great nightmare movie.
yeah, for the Bad Friday movie. So,
Yep.
like, according to the franchise, you have different opinions on it,
Yeah.
really.
No, completely, because it's at the bottom of my Friday ranking, and it's 4th in my nightmare ranking. It's a great nightmare movie. I'm so happy for
For Nightmare fans.
nightmare fans. No, good for them. I wish I could have experienced it the same way. Should have been Kane Hodder, like, there's a lot of but I'm so glad that they got something more substantial out of it. So at least somebody did.
Well, a lot of people love that movie. We're not among those people, but it is what it is.
But Nightmare 2, um,
Overhated.
overhated more than underrated, I would say, but
It has its audience.
it has its audience. And then the last 2 that Paul mentioned are the 2 that I have not seen, and that's Possum and A Dark Song. But I think you've seen Possum.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. Like, I don't know really what to say about it. It's just this guy that's being followed around by like this spider-like creature. It's causing problems for him.
Alright.
And it's again, it's one of those movies that's more psychological than anything. There's this whole storyline about his traumatic relationship with his dad. To me, it wasn't interesting. It wasn't exciting. It was kind of a boring movie to me. I've seen A Dark Song too, but I have no recollection of it. So I can't endorse that even.
Alright.
His first two suggestions were good, Paul, but these other two, I'm not so sure.
I can't say, but I've added both to my watch list.
Okay, after that ringing endorsement I gave you.
Well, no, everything that got dropped in our comments was added to my watch list. The ones that I haven't seen, and then there's a few that just made me wanna rewatch. Like, I wanted to rewatch Gone Jam, so it was just good fortune that you hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna rewatch Prey.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna rewatch Children of the Corn 2020.
Okay.
It's not a good movie, but we love Eden. And I wanna do Daniel's series, Tombs of the Blind Dead. I added a lot of stuff to my watch list, so Possum and A Dark Song has been added as well.
Okay. I couldn't even tell you what Dark Song was about, unfortunately.
Okay. Alright. So now we're down to our last 2 suggestions, and we had agreed that we were gonna watch 2 movies
Yeah.
from the comment section, and we agreed pretty quickly on Gonjiam, and then we were split on the other 2.
Yeah, two movies
I
we've not watched.
2 movies we have not watched. The first being suggested by Marcel, Bloody Bloody Bible Camp, which was the one that I was voting for, and Reincarnation, suggested by Parish Motel, and that was the one you voted for, and I'm listen, when it comes to watching movies, I'm really not difficult at all, so I was just like, "Fine, Reincarnation it is."
Yeah, she's not always difficult, guys. Sometimes she's pretty pliable.
I'm never difficult.
Okay.
When it comes to when we hop on Discord and you're like, "What movie?" And I'm like, "I'm easy, whatever."
Yeah, that's true. But I still
Okay,
feel pressure to pick something out.
well, you showed me some real garbage, to
True.
be fair, but it's fine. So we went with Reincarnation, suggested by Parish Motel at Parish Motel on Twitter.
And this was a slow movie.
I'm searching for the words.
If there's one thing to say about this movie, is that it's a slow burn.
This was not for me. Personally, it was slow. I didn't feel like there was a lot going on. And then stuff kind of ramped up in the last couple of minutes, and I was just very confused.
Yeah, it was.
It's a lot of n it's a lot it felt like a lot of nothing, and then a lot of everything at the end, and I'm just like, I it did not work for me. I was not a fan. I don't know about you, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was okay. Like you say, there's nothing exciting going on for a long time in this movie. It's basically about a film production that's based on this series of 11 murders that occurred at this hotel, which the production in turn essentially inherits a curse. And there's some stuff with this creepy looking doll and this little girl that's wandering around. And the mystery at the center of the movie is obviously about reincarnation. And the implication throughout is that one of the murdered victims. The girl has been reincarnated as the protagonist, and it's laid on pretty thick, and it's quite repetitive and slow. Like it feels a lot longer than it is. It's like 96 minutes. It felt like 2 hours, but
It
I
did
don't
feel
mind
quite
movies that are
long.
slow. I don't mind movies that are slow, and like you said, it does ramp up a bit towards the end. And there's some good scenes of gore. It's another one for the fuck them kids cinematic universe, which I enjoy. But the movie itself, overall, I wouldn't say I enjoyed it. Which again is maybe that's another argument for it being underrated. Even we don't enjoy it, but Parish Motel apparently did. I mean, you basically thought it was awful.
It's subjective, but
Yeah,
I really did not enjoy it. I think 3 times during the stream, I asked you how long we had left.
yeah.
It's never a good sign when I am dying to know how long there's left in a movie.
And you usually don't ask that, so
I
that's how
don't
rare it is.
I do not. Even with movies I'm not enjoying, but if I'm wanting to know, if I'm checking how much of the runtime I've gone through, it's never good.
But yeah, I would say that this is like 2/3 of a bad movie, 1/3 of a good movie, and it doesn't add up too well in the end.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, it's subjective.
Yeah.
So check it out for yourself and you decide. Reincarnation.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's by Takashi Shimizu, who did The Ring and the Grudge movies.
I think
S
that's why we ultimately decided to watch it.
But he didn't do the Ring movies, actually. I'm wrong there. That was someone else. He did the
No,
Grudge
it's
movies.
The Grudge, yeah. And that's yeah, you mentioned that, and that's made it really easy to go with reincarnation. I think my hopes were a little higher, is
Yeah,
all.
he's
But
made some good
you might
movies, but
enjoy it if you like, slow burn and
yeah,
I can't think of what else is in this movie besides slow burn right now,
the
but
creepy doll. There's one really
yes,
funny bit with the doll, though, that I
the creepy
enjoyed,
doll. Yes, at the end.
where it starts talking. I had to laugh.
That was the best part of the movie. That was
I know.
funny. I like that.
But yeah, unfortunately, we didn't enjoy it. Parish Motel. Our
But
bad.
check it out, decide for yourself.
Exactly. We're not dictators here.
And then we have the movie that I now feel maybe we should have watched, and
I've,
that's Bloody Bloody Bible Camp, suggested by Marcel Lala at Marcel198341 on Twitter. It looked cheesy, it looked cheap,
yeah,
which was your main argument for not watching it. You're like, the production looks really
yeah.
I and
This is low budget for stuff that you can tell is low budget.
I should have said something last night when you said that.
Should have stuck up for this movie.
No,
Now
but
look at you.
stuck up for the movie. How many fucking low budget movies do we love? There's a lot.
Yeah.
The budget ultimately doesn't matter, and I do feel like we would have maybe had more fun with this movie. I don't know. I'm still gonna watch it. It's gone onto my watch list like everything else.
It's
But,
got an axe wielding nun on the poster. So yeah, maybe like I'm not sure whether it would have been an unironically good movie, but like you say, we probably would have had more fun with it than Reincarnation. But live and learn.
we love low budgets. Live
We're
and
low
learn.
budget.
Yes, live and learn. The lesson here is my recommendation always.
I thought you were going to say don't judge a book by its cover, but I guess that works too.
I could say that, but I'd rather just highlight that, my taste is better than your taste.
Okay.
Or maybe taste isn't the word, instincts. I think my instincts are better than yours.
Maybe. I mean, we have had polls that compare our tastes, and you seem to win all the time, so maybe your taste is better.
No, no, no. No, that's not something. There's no such thing as better taste. Well, I don't wanna get into that. That's like a big whole thing. I
Okay.
don't think I have better taste than you. I think I have better instincts.
All
A
right.
lot of the time when we watch movies that neither of us has seen, I call it, like, almost instantly, like, "Oh, this is gonna blow." And then at the end, we're both, like, lamenting watching it. That's what I mean. Like,
Okay.
you're pretty, like, optimistic. Even about stuff that looks like absolute garbage. You're
I won't
always
watch anything.
optimistic. You'll watch anything, maybe this won't be so bad. You always try to at least hope for the best, which is nice, but like I said, I can smell a stinker a mile away. Like I it's just my instincts, yeah, are better than yours, I think.
Okay. I'll
Not
take
my
it.
not my taste.
Okay.
But Bloody Bloody Bible Camp does look very interesting. Neither of us has seen it, but I haven't ever really heard anything about it. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it is underrated.
Yeah, probably. Certainly underseen. It's like you. I don't think I've ever heard of this movie, but we'll check it out soon.
We will, and I'm actually surprised I never heard of it, and I'm surprised I haven't watched it because 'cause I'm a big fan of
Camp.
summer camp horror,
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure I've searched all the streaming services. Well, there's 2 that I love. I love the massacre stuff, and I love the camp stuff, so I'm pretty sure I've, like, searched both words on every streaming platform, and
Some shit.
I've seen some shit, but I've never heard of or seen this, and I'm definitely gonna fix that. It looks low quality, low budget, looks like a lot of fun too.
Okay.
So thank you, Marcel, for the recommendation. Yeah, underrated, why not? I've never heard of it, so it must be.
The logic is sound.
I don't know. That sounds so egotistical. I'm cringing right now.
Welcome to my world.
Fuck you.
I'm always cringing at what you have to say, you know?
Uh,
It's a joke.
it is.
It's fine. But yeah, thanks to Marcel. Thanks to everyone, actually.
Yes, thank you to everybody who shared your most underrated movies and underrated characters with us, basically feeding us content
Exactly.
because we were out of ideas this week. No, I'm joking. I'm totally
Well,
joking.
it's good to mix it up and not just do a single movie every time. I guess that was the thinking behind this. We wanted the listeners to participate too.
I know I'm just joking.
I know.
I agree with all of that. And yes, thank you for the response. And thank you guys for listening.
Absolutely.
We appreciate all of you.
Exactly.
Wow. Could you
Just
be
like the
more
little pause
British?
that I put in there.
Could you be more British?
Yeah, we don't want to gas these people up too much.
Done.
It's over.
It's over. So what does that mean?
What that means, dear listeners, is that we will see you next Tuesday. Nailed it.